of a toss. I'll take that's it. Thanks, Martha. Texas Governor Rick Perry hasn't said he's running for president yet, but it sounds like he's about to.
I stand before you today a disciplined, conservative Texan, a committed Republican, and a proud American, united with you in the desire to restore our nation and revive the American dream.
Well, after George W. Bush, does another governor from the Lone Star State have a good shot at winning the White House? Washington insiders want to weigh in on this. Margie O'Meara is here. She's a Democratic strategist and president of Momentum Analysis. And Tyler Harber's here. He's a Republican pollster and partner. The name of his group is the Prosper Group. Tyler, how strong a candidate is Governor Perry?
He is a strong candidate. Republican primary voters are really looking for a candidate that meet two criteria. Do they share values and do they have viability? Right now, they're looking at a field that the viable candidates don't necessarily share their values, and the value candidates aren't necessarily viable. So Rick Perry meets both criteria. He is a strong conservative. He has 10 years of record of pushing conservative legislation like tort reform in Texas, and he is a national network that he can tap into. He will be an immediate contender for the Republican primary.
I'll tell you what, Margie, it might be interesting knowing that he was a Democrat for a while and even supported Al Gore for president in 1988. Does that mean he'll get some Democratic support?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I agree. It's absolutely right that he's a strong candidate for the Republican primary. I think we have to remember that this election is not just about the Republican primary. Of course, this is about voters overall. And I think voters overall are going to disagree with a lot that Rick Perry stands for. I mean, he may have this swagger that is attractive to Republican primary voters, but this hot-dogging attitude is just not what the people around the country want to see going forward in terms of leading and really unifying the country. I mean, you're talking about a governor who said that Texas should secede from the country. And while that may play in Texas and some primary voters may find that attractive, what are people in the other 49 states going to think about electing somebody who feels that way about their state?
I'm sure he'll be against secession if he becomes president. Let's take a look at what Texas has done. And when we talk about the economy, Tyler, this is a pretty strong move. He can say, in my state, I added 265,000 jobs. All other states combined over the last year, 266,000. That's something to run on.
Absolutely. Perry has presided over one of the strongest economies in the United States during the downturn, and I think that is I think that's a record that he can run on. And like I said before, it's about values and viability, and I think that his economic record and some of the other records that he has for tort reform and other things will allow him to run in a very strong position. It's really hard to say anything bad about this guy.
And I'll tell you, Margie, it's going to kind of come down, they say, to July 15th, when everyone reveals how much money they earned. If it looks like Romney has just destroyed the field in terms of money they've gotten from donors, then he might stay out. But if everyone's kind of close, they say Governor Perry might say, I got a shot at this, and would immediately become a number two, according to some.
Well, I think when we talk about Rick Perry's strength, we also have to put in the context of the weakness of the field. I mean, you were talking about this earlier, about how many Republicans are dissatisfied with the field now versus in previous elections, and it's the first time in 40 years that there's no clear Republican frontrunner. So it's no surprise that there are people still trying to think about whether or not they want to jump in, even though it is a little bit late. Perry seems to be doing the right thing by thinking about the logistics, but nonetheless, this is a sign of a weak field as much, if not more, than a sign about Rick Perry.
Possibly. We know that 45% say I'm excited about the field, as opposed to 4 years ago when 73% were excited about the GOP field. We'll see if it gets more exciting after that great speech over the weekend by Rick Perry. Margie and Tyler, great job. Thanks for the debate.
Thank you.